All right. Now you say that how will I know? Like how will I know or how will I diagnose a perimenopause? Okay. Now essentially there are few tests. Okay, but normally we don't depend on a single test predominantly. Okay, so a lot of you might even go on to find out, but normally self testing is not really recommended. Okay, so of course there is FSH, there is LH, to some extent estrogen. Okay, and there is one hormone which is called the AMH. So that's anti-Mullerian hormone. So this AMH is actually not actively done to diagnose perimenopause. It's actually done for people who are kind of going through infertility, okay, who are unable to conceive. Because what AMH shows is your ovarian reserve. So how many eggs are actually there in the ovaries to some extent can be found out through the AMH. So you have these few hormones, but again I'm repeating, it is not used to diagnose anything. Okay, it can give you a hint, it can give you an idea, or let's say the FSH is constantly going up and up and it's crossing 30, then you can assume that okay, the perimenopause is actually set in, which is going towards menopause. Okay, but predominantly a lot of women, when you talk about diagnosing or a guessing, I would really say diagnosing or an assumption that you're in perimenopause would be more of symptoms. Okay, we'll discuss in detail the symptoms, but if you have the symptoms, let's say hot flashes, night sweats, breast tenderness, okay, and very importantly irregular menses. Okay, if the menses patterns are changing, probably you are going towards perimenopause. Of course, other things like your age. Okay. So last time we discussed that the menopause average in India is about 45, 46. The range can go from about 45 to 55 also. Okay. It's always going to be a range. Okay. So if we say that the perimenopause on an average starts about 3 to 4 years before menopause. So that means it could roughly, let's say most commonly, you can go into perimenopause after you cross the age of 40. Okay, there can be some women going into perimenopause before that also, or can be some women will be after 45 also, or like I said, some will be in perimenopause just for a few months. So it could be, if you're hitting menopause at 50, you could just be few months at around 49 also. So that is one thing. So your age is important. Okay. Second is, what is your menstrual history? Okay, what have you been kind of, how have your menses been in the last so many years? And now in the last, let's say 6 odd months, how are the menses behaving? Okay. Third, very important thing is your family history. What time, what age did your mom go into menopause? What age, with what's happening with your siblings, if you especially have sisters, Depending on that, a rough estimate or a guess can be made, and these things can be clubbed with your blood reports, and then finally your symptoms. Okay. Suppose we say that you are having a lot of symptoms, okay, but your blood reports are not really showing any increase, especially the FSH, then it's not right to say that you're not perimenopausal. Okay. Or the other way around, you're not really having symptoms, but the numbers have started to increase. Probably you can say perimenopause, but it doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter, because what is the biggest issue in the perimenopausal state are the symptoms, the discomfort that you get. So if you're actually not having symptoms or you're managing it pretty well, it's not a problem.